Let's have some fun. Welcome and good afternoon. My name is Shane, and today we're going to have some fun listening to some great music. It is Friday, which means we're doing my favorite Fridays, where I actually share with you guys some of my favorite music on YouTube that I've come across. It tends to be stuff that's not as mainstream that I share on Fridays. I mean, I'm going to share some more mainstream stuff too because it's some of that stuff is my favorite also. But I try to share some stuff that may not be as mainstream. So if you're curious to check out some of the songs that are just my favorites, check out the My Spotify playlist to find those last videos that I posted. There's quite a few in there. And keep stopping by every Friday to hear more. Today, I'm sharing with you guys, I don't like when it does that, Postmodern Jukebox, which I have done a number of times on the channel. I have listened to new stuff by them, or stuff that I hadn't heard by them before. Listen to that stuff on the channel. One of the first videos I shared on the channel was one of my favorites. That was a Postmodern Jukebox performance by Grunhild Carling, where she played 3 trumpets at the same time. You heard me correctly. She played 3 trumpets at the same time. She played like over a dozen instruments in that video. Go check that one out. If you haven't seen it, that one will blow you away. It was Happy. It was a cover of the song Happy. And this is another one that I have had on my liked video favorites list, or whatever you want to call it, for quite a while. And, it's not one of those that's necessarily in my wheelhouse for the type of music I listen to, but I listen to a lot of stuff and I like a lot of stuff. This is Beauty and the Beast. Yes, it is Beauty and the Beast was a Disney classic. The song from it, I think many people know the song from Beauty and the Beast. This is a performance by Aubrey Logan as the singer and the Postmodern Jukebox crew. And it's a vintage jazz cover of the Disney classic. And I think what sets this apart for me, because I've listened to a lot of stuff, is her vocals. I think you'll enjoy those, and B, she plays trombone. So it kind of is interesting to me when you have somebody who sings and then breaks out an instrument. You see that in other type of music where they're singing and playing a guitar or something like that, but to sing and then break out some brass or something, blow into a trombone or a trumpet or whatever it may be in the middle of the song, that's something else. It's something to enjoy. So that's why I'm sharing it with you guys. So hopefully you enjoy this. I don't think we ran into any blocking issues with Postmodern Jukebox in the past, so I don't imagine we will this time. But if for some reason we do, you'll be able to listen along with me just fine. The link to the original will be down in the description. I encourage you, please go check that out. Support the Postmodern Jukebox channel because you'll find tons of cool content on there. I haven't seen it all, so I'm sure I'll be reacting to much more of them in the future. And you also find other ways to support the channel down there. If you want your let's have some fun merchandise, you can find that down there, a link to that. You can find a link to the Patreon. You can find links to my social media. Very soon, I will be starting a sister channel called SJR Watches, where I will be watching TV and movie content, giving my opinions on that stuff, or other video content that isn't as musically inclined. So if you want to get on the ground floor, go subscribe to that channel. And find me over there. I haven't posted anything yet, but I will be here shortly. But you can subscribe early. And if you don't want that content, that's fine. Just ignore that I even said that, and act like that doesn't exist, and you'll be just fine here because I'm going to continue to post this music content that you've come to watch. That was a long intro, but they often are on my favorite Fridays, so I forgive myself for that. All that said, let's have a listen. Listen to the voice, right? was such a high note.
Tale as old as time, true as it can be. Barely even friends, then somebody bends unexpectedly. Just a little change, small to say the least, both a little scared, neither one prepared, Beauty and the Beast.
What a joyful voice to listen to.
Ever just the same, ever a surprise, ever just as sure, ever as before, as the sun will rise. Tale as old as time, tune as old as song, bittersweet and strange, finding you can change, learning you were wrong.
Powerful.
Certain as the sun, rising in the east, tale as old as time, song as old as rhyme, Beauty and the Beast. Ah, la 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 la.
Oh, yeah, let's give props to the performers there. Go check out the original to see a list of the performers, because they deserve some kudos for this. Absolutely amazing. I mean, that last note, right? But even aside from that, just a beautiful vocal performance by her throughout, and then just some of those high notes she can hit are just surprising. She did some she had some good choices in there. I like the things that kind of were also surprising. And so even if you're familiar with the song, the original song, it was still interesting to listen to. And then just the arrangement all around was just cool. You get some trombone action there in the middle. Good little trombone solo going on. And it just, I mean, the musicians themselves just knock it out of the park every time. It's so much fun to listen to this channel, the Postmodern Jukebox channel, to hear their takes on stuff. And so hopefully you enjoyed this. It's something a little different, I think, than some of the other stuff that I normally listen to. But hopefully you enjoyed this and can see why this has been on my list as something that I'll listen to every now and then, just because it just is so good. It's just so good. Let me know what you think down in the comments after hearing this. If you had heard it before, maybe you had, you can let me know that. But if you hadn't heard it before and this is your first time, let me know what you think. And as always, I want to know what some of your favorites are. I share my favorites on Fridays, and the rest of the time I'm listening to some of your favorites or recommendations. And so if you have a favorite song, drop that in the comments so that I can add it to my list. And maybe one of these days, as I work through my list, I will listen to it. So I want to hear your favorite music because I'm on the lookout for good music out there. I think that's where I will leave things. So thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I hope you enjoyed that. And until next time, have a great evening.